Hi, I'm Dr. Cher, and I'm going to talk to you right now about managing your energy in terms of your energy throughout the day, because this is often a big trigger for people. If they're really tired, that afternoon lull, it's really tempting to turn to caffeine, in particular, as my area of expertise, into the kind of the sugary treats, the quick energy bars, whatever it is, to kind of boost your energy, right? Because you actually do feel like you need fuel, and so you might turn to those kind of high energy foods to try and boost it. So that's a big trigger for people, and quite honestly, they probably need the energy. But let's look at strategies to kind of help regulate your energy so you don't have that lull and you don't have that impulse then to turn to those foods. So first of all, it's basically how you start the day. It makes a big difference. It's going to set the tone for how your day goes. Obviously, sleep, stress, these things are going to play a role, but I'm just going to talk about just some simple habits, some tips that you could do that can actually have a profound difference in terms of how you feel throughout the day. So in the body, we have what's called circadian rhythm. So we have a natural rhythm with our hormones. Our light will stimulate it, so that basically in the morning, our energy naturally goes up. We're ready to start the day. There can be a bit of a lull in the afternoon. It's not unusual, but it shouldn't be so much that, oh my goodness, you need to sleep. You need to kind of turn to foods. It can go down, but it doesn't go down dramatically. And so it's working with those rhythms. You're maximizing your energy, and so you feel great, you're more productive, you don't have brain fog, you don't have to turn to foods. And so how you start your day makes a difference in this. So one of the things, and some of this actually, I've known all this stuff over the years, but I actually heard a talk recently by, what's his name, Andrew Marcus. He's written a book, which I will give you the name of in a second here if I can find it. The book is called Own Your Day, Own Your Life, Aubrey Marcus. And I just really liked how he put this together. But anyway, so first of all, hydration. Our body is mostly water, huge percentage, and it's kind of like a saline water. When we're dehydrated, we feel tired. We definitely have brain fog. We're not functioning well. And you imagine when we're dehydrated, imagine your cells. They're like little shriveled raisins as opposed to nice plump grapes. So what does that mean? When your cells are well hydrated, the amount of water in the cells is what it should be, then the surface area of the cell is bigger. So then nutrients, can get in, toxins can get out, blood sugar can go in. So your cells are functioning better. So therefore that's ultimately is going to help with your overall energy level. So we want our cells to be nice plump cells. So one of the things that's going to help with that obviously is hydration. So rather than getting up in the morning, a lot of people, they get up, they grab a coffee. I'm guilty of that one. Grab a coffee, do whatever their morning routine is. Maybe it's sit and relax. Maybe it's get on with the day, potentially eat breakfast, So you've got two things here. Having the coffee, first of all, starting that way, it is a stimulant, but it's not a natural stimulant. And it's going to increase your cortisol levels. It's also going to contribute to dehydration. So now you've gone through the whole night of sleeping, probably have not had anything to drink. So naturally we are more dehydrated in the morning. And then on top of that, add a coffee, it's going to add to even more dehydration. So our cells are just shrinking up nicely. And then if you do eat breakfast, and if your breakfast is something that's very heavy on the more simple carbohydrates like toast and cereal and these types of things, well, that's going to crank up your blood sugar and increase insulin. So with that increasing, and with the coffee dehydration, coffee also will stimulate your adrenal glands, so you're getting an increase in cortisol. So with the increase, more than normal, the increase in cortisol, the increase in insulin, well, as these come down later, you're going to have even more of a crash, because there's this false elevation of everything, and then bam, in the afternoon, you're like exhausted. So start the day by getting getting hydrated. And this simply can be just having a good glass of water, 12 ounces. But one of the things is to add just a tiny bit of Himalayan pink sea salt to it. The reason for this is plain water we don't absorb as much. Having that little bit of saline in it, the little bit of salt, increases absorption, and it's going to get into your cells because of the fact that the cells is more of a saline solution. It's not pure water that's neutral from a pH standpoint. So, and the reason for the pink Himalayan salt is that that's often made from, it's from the ancient salts, and our oceans, been around for centuries and centuries, these salt reserves. And quite frankly, pollution was not as bad then. So the salt's a cleaner salt. And we're not talking a lot, just a few pinches. And that's it. Having that, a little squeeze of lemon. And that's going to, energize you. It's going to hydrate your body so you're going to feel more energized. So that's one of the steps, is doing that. The other thing is that, just so you know as well, when you are dehydrated, your basal metabolic rate, the number of calories your body burns, reduces by roughly 4%. And the basal metabolic rate, that's accounts for about 70% of your calorie burn over the course of the day. So you have, just for your body to function, basal metabolic rate, and then you're going to have just general movement, activity, things like that, and then potentially some exercise. The exercise might account for 4 or 5%. So just simply by being dehydrated, you're slowing your metabolism down. And if you do exercise to increase it, well, you've kind of neutralized it. So from a caloric standpoint, the exercise, if you're just looking at calories, hasn't had the impact that you would like. So staying hydrated helps your metabolism, which obviously is going to help with, weight management. So that's one thing, being hydrated. The other one is to get outside. As soon as there's sunlight, we're starting to get, it's a little darker now, but trying to get outside just for 5-10 minutes, where the sunlight is hitting your skin, it's going into your eyes, our body's going to sense it, and naturally this is stimulating that circadian rhythm, like, oh, okay, it's time to get going, the day is starting. It's just a natural stimulant. Again, rather than turning to coffee or sweets or starchy things in the morning, hydration, the sunlight, and then movement. Movement doesn't mean necessarily full-blown exercise. It's just a bit of movement for 10 minutes. So getting up, doing that, you could do a yoga salutation. It's maybe going for a walk. Maybe it's doing some push-ups and sit-ups and planks, just very light, 10 minutes, but just to kind of wake your body up, do some stretching. When you watch animals, we have a dog, we have a husky. First thing she does when she gets up, it's the big stretch, right? So right away, it's stretching everything for a couple of minutes. So taking time to move your body, even if it could be fun. Again, this does not have to be exercise. People that are not into exercise, just, put on some music and dance, right? Whatever it is for you, stair marches, marching on the stops, some jumping jacks, just a bit of movement. That movement, getting some sunlight, getting hydrated, those 3 things can make a big difference. It doesn't take up a lot of time, but you're tapping into your natural energy reserves to boost your energy naturally. And then of course, you can have your coffee and things like that, but just don't start with that. And that's going to make try that and see how that works for you. Notice, hey, I'm feeling better. I'm not getting that morning lull. I'm not getting that afternoon lull. And it's a natural way to keep your energy up. And that is, it's going to help you. It's going to help you just feel better, get rid of brain fog, be more productive. But it's also going to help if you're somebody who wants to lose weight, who finds you do turn to food for an energy boost, especially the unhealthy food, then this could be a great strategy to really deal with the cause of that desire, that craving, and get at the root cause. Okay, so happy stretching, happy drinking water, and try those things out. They're very simple solutions, and just see how you feel. Okay, take care.